What's up, travelers? SJ Aviation HQ here. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you the model review of the North Atlantic Airways Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner by NG models. This model here arrived into my collection a few days ago now, and I'm glad to be doing the model review of it for you guys today. Before we go ahead any further into the video though, make sure you have subscribed to the video to the channel below, and also doing that bell icon next to it so you don't miss out on any future videos. Before we go ahead any further into the video and looking at the box, going to read some information about North Atlantic Airways as an airline, and some brief information about the aircraft and the history of the operator. Founded in February 2021, North Atlantic Airways is a low-cost, long-haul airline based in Oslo, Norway. As of today, North Atlantic Airways has a total of 9 Boeing 787-9 Dreamliners in their fleet, with a further 2 -9s and 3 -8s yet to come into their fleet, which will take their total haul of 787s to 14. North Atlantic Airways announced that London Heathrow, Charles de Gaulle International Airport in Paris, Los Angeles, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and New York JFK were to be among the initial destinations planned for the airline's operations. Whereas the first operation for the airline was launched on June the 14th, 2022, between Oslo, Norway, and New York JFK International Airport. So going into some information about the aircraft now. This aircraft's MSN number, or the manufacturer serial number, is 38779. This aircraft's line number is 581, which means this aircraft here was the 581st 787 to roll out at Boeing. This aircraft here is a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, the second of the three variants. Of course, there is the shorter -8, the longer -10, and in the middle, the most proportionate, in my opinion, the 787-9. This aircraft performed its first flight on June the 14th, 2017. As of today, this aircraft is 5.2 years old. This aircraft here for the test registration of November 1015 Bravo. This aircraft here was built and produced at Everett, Plainfield. That is where the main headquarters of where Boeing is at. Of course, that is located just north of Seattle, Washington. Of course, the production line for the 787s is now located in South Carolina at Charleston Air Force Base, or Charleston Airport. And this airframe is currently active, which means it is currently operating with passengers. And I believe this aircraft is currently leased to Air Europa, I believe, and is currently wearing the Air Europa titles at the front of the aircraft. So the registration of this aircraft that we're looking at today is Lima November-Lima November Oscar. Again, it is a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, and was delivered initially to Norwegian Long-Haul Airlines on June the 22nd, 2018, and then was delivered to North Atlantic Airways on January the 21st, 2022. This aircraft here is equipped with 2 Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engines, and is nicknamed after a Norwegian national park called Raet. This aircraft here was ferried between Shannon, Ireland, and Oslo, Norway, on January the 21st, 2022 on its delivery flight. And as I mentioned just before, this aircraft is currently, I think it is leased to Air Europa, and is wearing the Air Europa titles, not the North Atlantic ones. You can see at the front of the aircraft there. And yeah, that is going to be it for the reading out of the aircraft and the airline details. So let's go ahead and check out the box. As I mentioned before, this model here arrived into my collection a few days ago now. I must give a shout out later on into the video when we're looking at the aircraft it is. So here at the top left corner, we've got spanning across the top of the box here, we've got the Boeing 787-9 trademark titles. Very, very nice indeed. Here we have the box art of the Norse names, the typeface there. In the middle of the box here, we've got the 2D rendering of the box. Of course, I am a very big fan of the North Atlantic Airways livery. It is very nice, apart from it being in my least favourite colour, which of course is blue. It looks very, very nice. I had to get this one as it now is, I think it's my 46th or 47th, maybe even my 48th 787 Airline in my collection. I said the Airline there. Here in the bottom left corner we've got the Norse logo and the flynorse.com website. And here is the registration, Lima November - Lima November Oscar. And there are some licensing details for Boeing and the 787. Here in the bottom right corner we've got the NG Models logo and the scale of the aircraft, 1 to 4 scale, and it's in die-cast metal. On the bottom panel we've got the 787-9 Dreamliner titles in the top left. On the bottom left we've got the white NG Models logo. In the middle the 2D rendering of the aircraft and the registration of the aircraft below that. And then we've got the barcode with the nice blue background there. On the right panel we've got the 787-9 Dreamliner title at the top left, NG Models logo, the North Atlantic or Norse logo here, and the scale of the aircraft. On the top panel, same as the other, is the opposite side, apart from it being in white. And on this side of the box we've got same as the other side, but I've got the O of the Norse, and then we've got blue logos here, titles, and the North Atlantic Airways logo there, and the scale written in black. And on the back of the aircraft, we can't quite see it, but here is the NG Models logo in white. The background is essentially the same as the front of the aircraft, of the box it is. Here we have the social handles of NG Models, and there is the Facebook, Instagram, and the website. The licensing information for Boeing and the 787, the barcode there, the warning information, and the location of where it was made, of course, China, being the origin for NG Models. Everyone should know that by now, that they are a Chinese company. I think they're based in Guangzhou, in southern China. But that would do it for the showcasing of the box and the reading out of the aircraft and the airline information. So let's go ahead and check out the model. And here is the absolutely stunning North Atlantic Airways Boeing 787-9 by NG Models. In this part of the video, I'm going to be showing you the model up close, giving you some nice imagery of the aircraft and the different details of the aircraft along the way, and also giving you some factoids along the way as well. Let's go ahead and start that review. So initially zooming in onto the aircraft now, giving you some nice up close imagery of the front of the aircraft. At the point of the aircraft here we have the nose cone. Underneath that would be the weather radar, that is the instrument on board the aircraft that lets the pilots know whether there is any ominous weather cells in the area that they're operating in, so that they make a decision on whether they are needing to proceed on the flight plan that they have assigned for their flight, or whether they have to divert around any of those cells in the area that they're operating in, so that they can get back onto the flight plan that they initially assigned. In the middle of the shot there, you can make out the copper windows, and the copper windows are the window wipers there. Very, very nice indeed. In the middle of the shot there, you can just make out the name of the aircraft, Raet, I believe it's pronounced. That is a national park located in Norway. That's a fun fact. All of the 787s or all the aircraft in general in North Atlantic fleet are all named after Norwegian national parks. And here is the blue 787-9 Boeing font title. It's very cool. And you can just make out the angle of attack and the pitot tubes as well. On the bottom here we've got the nose gear door with a Lima November Oscar on it. That is the last three digits of the aircraft registration. And there is the landing gear, the nose gear itself, the strut, and the main wheel. And you can see it does roll. Here we have the L1 boarding door, mainly used by the cabin crew, and of course the pilots, and some of the passengers as well. Here we have the billboard titles of Norse. Very, very nice indeed. I like it when airlines use their titles and put them across the cabin windows like that. It does look very, very modern and very clean, in my opinion. And there is the website of the airline, flynorse.com. Go check them out. Here is the L2 boarding door, mainly used by passengers that are in business class, premium economy, and economy. Of course, that is assuming that is the configuration on board this aircraft. On top of the fuselage, here we have the first antenna, and behind that is the SATCOM, the Wi-Fi dome, used to provide the IFE, in-flight entertainment, on board the aircraft. That is seen behind each seat on board the aircraft. Very, very nice indeed. In the middle there, we have the landing light in the middle of the shot there, on the wing. And of course, there is the fairing of the aircraft. That is the connection between the wing and the fuselage. Very nice indeed. Here is this size number 1 engine, I believe, the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000, with the blue nacelle and the chevrons at the end of the nacelle there. Very cool indeed, and the Rolls-Royce logo. Just going to momentarily look inside the engines there. Very, very nice as well. I think what NG models will do for future 787 molds. I think they would do what they are doing with their 777s, and not have them made to spin. I reckon that would be something that I wouldn't be surprised to see NG models do in the future. Moving down the wing here, this is, I believe, an emergency kind of device showing you where to go and where not to go on the wing. Maybe that's correct. Let me know what this is if you know what it is. And moving down, some nice details of the wing. Very, very nice indeed. And here at the end of the wing, one of my favourite parts of the 787, we have the red navigation light on this side of the aircraft, and then we've got the nice Raet wingtip of the 787. Very, very nice indeed. This is one of my favourite aspects of the 787. Everyone should know by now that I am a huge buff and fan of the 787 Dreamliner family in general. I have a huge collection of them. I think this came in as my 95th 787. That's correct. In 95, 95. I'm 5 away from 100, which I will be doing a video of in the future, showcasing all of my collection, the entirety of my 787 collection, so do stick around for that. Here is the third door on this side of the aircraft, known as the L1 door, that is used in the event of an emergency. So the slide will come out onto either water or on the ground, and that's where the passengers will come out of. Moving to the rear of the aircraft here, first of all we've got the Dreamliner crescent moon logo there, and below that we'll have the bottom antenna on the bottom of the aircraft. Here is the flag of Norway, very nice indeed, and the registration Lima November - Lima November Oscar. On the top of the fuselage we've got the second antenna on top, and behind that we've got the third. In the middle of the shot there we've got the L4 boarding door, mainly used for catering than anything else, or it could be used for boarding. That is of course when the aircraft is boarding or deboarding via the apron of an airport. And here we have the vertical fin, or the tail fin, with the nice blue base of the tail fin, and the nice I believe that this is to represent the Vikings and the historic nature of Norway. Very nice indeed. And of course, just there we've got another sort of baggage hold on this side of the aircraft. Of course, the main cargo holder on the other side, which we will see in a moment. And here we have the stabilizers on the aircraft, the horizontal stabilizers. There in the middle of the shot is the tail light, or the logo light. That is to shine light onto the tail fin during night operations, to give somewhat of identification to the ATC of to know what airline it is, so they know who is operating the aircraft and where it's coming from. And here is the leading edge of the stabilizer. There's also another logo light on the other side just there. And here is the APU, known as the Auxiliary Power Unit. Very, very nice indeed. So let's momentarily look at the other side of the aircraft. So looking at the front of the aircraft here, just looking at the side-on view. Very, very nice indeed. I like how they have done this model in general. Very, very cool. Here we have, in the middle of the shot there, we've got the emergency escape hatch. That is very, very nicely detailed there. But engine model is very nice indeed. That is used in the event of an emergency, mainly used by the pilots. And that's very cool. Here is the R1 boarding door, used by the catering trucks to cater the aircraft. Here is the forward baggage compartment on board this aircraft. Moving down, we've got this side's Rolls-Royce engine, the number 2 engine, and there is the interior of the engine with the fan blades. Very, very nice indeed. Moving down the wing, here we have the green navigation light, as if I can get in the sun there. Very, very nice. And moving down the aircraft, here are the landing gear, and they do indeed roll. As you can see, they do roll. They do not tilt, but they do roll. And just there, just make out the outline there of the rear baggage compartment underneath or in the Dreamliner crescent moon logo just there. And there is the bottom antenna. And here is the sides look of the tail fin. Very, very cool. So let's go ahead and just look at the bottom of the aircraft momentarily. Here in the shot here we've got the nose gear door. Very cool indeed. Got some nice details of the bottom of the aircraft. Just there in the middle of the shot is the red beacon light. Of course, there is no beacon light on the top of the fuselage. A common scene in the engine models makings of their models. They do not put red beacon lights on the top of their fuselages, or on top of the model. That is of course with the exception of the Boeing 777 molds, which is their newest mold in terms of their wide bodies, which they do actually put the beacon light on top of the fuselage, which is actually quite nice to see. There is the stand hole for anyone that puts this 1:400 scale model on a stand. Here is the outline of the landing gear doors. Very nice indeed. That red rectangle there is where the ram air turbine would be, also known as the Raet, used while testing or in the event of an emergency. Here is the bottom details of this side's engine. I think this is the number 1 engine, if I'm correct, or the number 2 engine. And the nice look of the nacelles there. Very, very nice indeed. Looking at the bottom of the wing here, very, very cool indeed. And the other side of the aircraft and the bottom of the wing here. And as you can see, Lima November - Lima November Oscar, the registration underneath the wing. Moving along at the bottom of the fuselage, there is the bottom antenna. There is the rear baggage compartment. And moving down some further, here we have the entryway to the APU. So that is basically the main event done of the review, the showcasing of the model. So let me know if you have this model in your collection. I'm going to just put it into the shop, so then it can be endoused with the golden glow that is coming into my room at the moment. Just very picky with putting the model into the middle of the shop. There we go. Just going to let the golden glow be on the model. very, very nice. So that if you enjoyed this model review of the North Atlantic Airways 787-9, do let me know in the comments below, and also let me know if you've got this model in your collection as well, and what you think of it, and what are your opinions of North Atlantic Airways in general. Let me know in the comments below as well. If you are interested in coming along to join me or support me on my social media accounts, I am on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Discord. I have a new website for my airport, and I'm soon to be on Patreon. On Instagram, I have 3 main accounts on Instagram. I've got my airport account. What I do on there is I showcase images and videos of my model collection, and of course I host live streams on there and showcase everything in terms of the ins and outs of the airline or the airport's network. So if you want to come along and join me on there, there's the first link in the socials area below. The second main account is my Infinite Flight Instagram account. What I do in there is I put the photos and videos of my Infinite Flight ventures around the world. And of course I've got my livery account, that's where I showcase the makings of my custom liveries that I make on Photoshop. Facebook and Twitter is basically where I showcase everything in terms of my the Astro Productions brand. Astro Productions is the one whole brand of everything I do here on Instagram and YouTube. But of course Facebook and Twitter are the 2 main platforms of where I post everything. So if that sounds something you'd be interested in, go ahead and check out the links below. If you want to come along to an aviation server based around everything aviation, models, your favourite liveries, your favourite aircraft, your favourite trips, everything aviation, you want to come along and talk about that, come along and join the Global Aviation Alliance. I will pass you along to one of the 4 admins in that server if you comment below and saying that you want to come and join. I have a new website for the airport, my Asia International Airport, in the links below. But I will throw out a disclaimer just now. If you want to have the utmost professional viewing of the airport's website, make sure you view it via a PC or a laptop, as of course the website is not yet compatible for a mobile device. And soon to come for the social handles, I should have a Patreon account coming very soon, which will launch very, very soon. So just stick around and wait for that. If you want to have all the updates for everything that I do on the social media, and of course YouTube, anything you want to know about the airport, and of course this channel, make sure you go ahead and check out the Instagram page, which will be the first link in the description below. So just quickly before I wrap up this video, just want to give a huge shout out to the folks out at the Aircraft Model Store for helping me out with getting this model to my location. I want to give thank you very much for your kind help and kind workings of getting this model here. The top class customer service with the communication through the emails was outstanding, and I cannot wait to be ordering some more models in the future. So hopefully everyone enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like below and let me know what you thought about the video. Also subscribe if you're new, and then the bell next to the subscribe button for future content like model airport updates, model reviews, and more unboxings coming soon. But soon enough, on the left hand side will be my latest model review of the Virgin Atlantic A350-1000 by Aviation 400. On the right hand side will be the full playlist of model reviews I've done so far on the channel. In the middle is where you can subscribe. But until next time guys, fly safe, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.